Hello folks. Today I'm going to talk about the attorney-client privilege because it's been on the news relative to politics for the past three weeks. If you were to call me up and say, hey Chuck, I need some advice on, I think I'm going to get charged with bank robbery. The contents of our conversation or the fact that you called me on that issue is privileged. I can't talk about it. You can, and if you do, you've just waived the privilege. So that's not a smart idea. But whatever we talk about and the fact that you called is just between you and I, and it stays that way forever. So if you ask an attorney for advice, it's privileged. Nobody can find out about it. Nobody can find out the contents of it. Can't be a subpoena for documents maybe pertaining to the consultation I gave you. That is privileged forever. And the only person that can waive that privilege is the client or potential client, you, calling me or sitting down in my office. Now, if you were to call me, let me give you an instance. If you were to call me and say, hey Chuck, I plan on robbing a bank tomorrow, what's a good way to get away with it from a legal standpoint? That's not privileged because one, I wouldn't do that, but beyond that too, that's helping you facilitate a crime. Or if it's an after the fact thing like, hey Chuck, I murdered somebody and I need to ditch this weapon, I can't advise you on that. And if I did, that would not be privileged either because I'm helping you cover up a crime. So don't be dumb enough to ask a lawyer, how do I get around this when it comes to protecting yourself after or even before the crime is committed or after the crime is committed. It's one thing for me to tell you, hey, don't do field sobriety tests or always agree to a breath or blood test because there's certain things under the law that you can do when it comes to, let's say, DUI. But I can't help you facilitate the furtherance of a crime, and don't think lawyers are in business to do that because they're not. And a lawyer that tells you how to get around something, if it's a legal way to get around it, sure, that would be privileged. But if it's an illegal way to get around it, it's not privileged, okay? Hope that explains it. Thank you.
This posted video is in no way specific legal advice on any subject. It is intended to provide general information for the public. If you need specific legal advice, call Chuck at 480-545-0700.